and he wanted to start a magazine, and he had this little hand press. And here goes Chet showing those legs, Dave showing his. Maybe I'll try to catch that. Let me see if I did. It wasn't easy to edit this. I needed a professional machine, and I ask you to bear with me that I didn't get it, because this is another classic shot here. Whoops. Wow. It's like trying to shoot a moving target. There we go, we catch it. Just a fabulous. That, again, what a package. Whole thing. All right, now we go in. Whoa, I want to say Sam Martin comes to mind for this guy. Another one of the names from the magazine. And again, to be there and seeing these guys in person after you've admired their pictures for so long, it was just I guess it's like any person who idolizes someone when you get to go to the game and see him in action rather than on the TV or just reading about him in the magazines. It certainly is a special event. But boy, I guess I wanted to get enough footage of him. I don't know what that was all about. Some of the fellows from down in the Caribbean, and this is one of them, they suffered because of the lighting, obviously. I'm not sure how the judges were able, this isn't doing it completely justice, but the lighting really did not give them a fair shot. Jumping back again, Rock Stonewall. This was Rick Wayne, old Ricky Wayne, piano player, and he's written a book that I'd love to get my hands on. Jumping back to the competitors, Bill McCardle, the secondary Larry Scott, I always call him, because they both had that hairdo, and I never could get them. I got them confused till I got down below the neck, and then as soon as I saw the physique, it was no question then. But another California, great tan, looking good. His Rock Stonewall, very cut up, had that very, very thin set. Look at the pec separation. You didn't see a lot of that back then, but he sure had the definition. Yeah. Fabulous. He looked good. I'm not sure how he came in. Now this is Earl. Is this Earl Maynard? It is. Here we go. Now watch this. When the music was playing and he snaps his hand down, watch the pec cut. Bam! And he got those rips right across the top there. I remember that it was he had great music. It was some kind of orchestra. The other guys are playing maybe a little bit of rock and roll and stuff. And old Earl came out, because I think he's from England, and he came out and had this just classic music, and that one thunderous crescendo, and he snapped that hand down and got that cuts in his pecs. I haven't seen much of him. Maybe 10 years ago, he was in a movie, played the bad guy. He had to use an outboard as a weapon to terrorize somebody. I hope he's doing well. Here we go with a little bit of lat spread. In the words of Joe Weider, barn door lats. And that was certainly a set of them right there. Look at the triceps too. Yeah, he looked good. See how I was talking about the light kind of, the shadows in the back. The should have been just a little better angle. So if any of you are going to have a bodybuilding contest and you need me to come out and give you information on how to do it, I'll be happy to. Whoa, more of that ripped. Looking good, Earl. That's why he won the universe that night. Looking good. Here's Rick Wayne. Man. I was saying, I think, and I jumped around, he's written a book. I'd love to get my hands on it. I don't know, it's one of those things that gets in print and then it's out, and then only a few people that are lucky have it. He looked great that night. I think he won maybe short man class. They were doing, I think, short, medium, and tall, 3 trophies per class, so it was 9 total, and then the overall winner, and they might have done a most muscular, and they didn't do body parts, but they might have done a most muscular. If not this year, they did it the next year for sure. You folks, when you're watching this on the video, if you stop the video on those flash, you might catch, this is a great pose he did here. His delts were phenomenal. You can catch some of these that I didn't bother to try to catch. If you slow it down and then pause it right at the flash, it'll give you a good shot. Wow. This guy was from somewhere in the Caribbean, I think. Eddie somebody, I want to say. He was short, looked really good. Back to the awards, still hanging out with the Olympia crown in anticipation. His old Earl giving us one last-minute shot here. You know, that looks like Frank Zane there, and for the life of me, I don't know why I didn't catch him if it was him, and I don't remember that he was in the contest that early, but it sure looked like him. All right, Rick. Yeah, Bill's giving them a few extra shots for their money. Personally, I preferred the physiques under the light, the house lighting, than I did under the spotlight. It was much easier to see, and I hope that the movies come out better. Maybe it didn't give quite the shadow effect, but boy, it sure gave you an appreciation for the physique. There's no question there. Looks like another calf shot. I'm going to bet that that was Chet. In fact, you know, they might have done body parts, folks. I stand corrected. They might have done body parts, and he just got the legs. Yeah. Here's Dave. I don't know if he didn't get best chest or best everything. God, he looked good there. See what I'm talking about? The lights, just the house lighting. It was really gave you the ability to appreciate. If you went back and looked, well, it sure looks like Zane, doesn't it? If you go back into the magazines, you'll see those pictures, that 1965 contest. He was a fellow from the Caribbean. I don't know what his name was, I forget. He looked really good that night, and you'll see next year he bulked up and lost all of his cuts. Man, Rick's looking good. All right, here we go. Account of the Olympia. Here he is, man of the hour, Harold Poole. A few things I remember about Harold. One of them was very athletic. I think he wrestled, ran track. I don't know if he did football or not, but he should have won the AAU Mr. America, and he didn't. I understand that he had a minor speech. I hate to use the word impediment because it sounds like he couldn't talk, but for whatever, I just heard that the AAU folks thought that maybe that wouldn't be appropriate for him to go out on the speaking tour, so they let him win the most muscular, but they denied him the AAU Mr. America, and he made the jump over to the IFBB. And of course, once you went to the IFBB, you were banned from AAU after that. But he did a good move, and he won the the IFBB America and Mr. Universe before he came in to compete here at the good-looking calves again. No implants there. Barn door lats. At the end of the evening, he came out, and we were all hanging around waiting, and he just had on a suit, and he looked really, really good. He's tall, you know, athletic looking. Whoa, there it was, Harold, hit it. And he really was impressive. Uh-oh, here we come now. Larry Scott. Now right here, when he pauses, right there, and he pauses and looks, that's because the noise level was just beyond comprehension. Just unbelievable. And these shots here, you'll see all of these. Go ahead and use your VCR and stop them and catch some of those. Look at the delts right there. I think I was going to do a little work for you here. Let me see if I can catch one of these. Just, once again, bear with me on my editing. It was, as I'm doing this, a little bit jury-rigged here. Man, if you can look at those arms. But if I can stop this and catch the flash, shoot. As soon as I try to go ahead, now it gets frustrating. Let me just see if I can get one of these stopped. There you go. Look at those arms. You know? The classic narrow shoulders, but whoa, whoa. Man, give me a break. What can I say? Look at that forearm right there. Look at the left forearm right on your screen. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Whoa. What a shame that we didn't have a quality movie taken like this close up where every frame of all of the competitors was like that. And it's a sad thing. But we got, you know, maybe not even second best, but certainly got third best with this. And I hope it's coming through for you folks. There's another one of his classic shots. You know, that one there, I backed it up because I wanted to catch that one if I can. And I always thought from a geometric progression, if you look at the forearm to the bicep to the deltoid, it's almost like three symmetrical sine waves. I haven't seen that too often. Look at it right there. See if I can catch that flash. My dilemma was I couldn't back up. If I had been able to back up, I wouldn't have had to go through this. I can only high speed. Well, that gives you that sine wave. And look at the forearm. Look at the forearm there. Just incredible. And folks, listen to this. Throughout, I said it was thunderous when he started. You got to imagine the whole time, the place was just. It was just. I think the term is cacophony. It was just like 10,000 trains were riding through it. They never stopped. The crowd just never stopped. And he was just one pose after another. We were spurring him on. Here we go. Let's see a little bicep action here. Yes, indeed. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Six-pack before they call it a six-pack. We call it a washboard in our day, remember? Classic double bicep. He's leaving. The crowd does not stop, and he has to come back. He was the only one that was called back for the encore. Now he gives us a few more shots here for our viewing pleasure. And again, just the thunderous ovation from the crowd. And he gets humble. He says, all right. He says, look, Bud Parker did a great job and I gotta go. Hey, give me a break. I'm beat. And I'm sure he was. Now, this is another classic example of the stage lighting and just getting a real chance to appreciate both their physiques, he and Harold. I can't get enough. Look at those arms. Look. My God. Talk about the proverbial Easter ham. He didn't want to mess up his coif. So he took the crown off. And Harold congratulated him. Good sport that Harold was. Right there, it looks like Harold's the same height, but there's no question. Harold was much taller. It was just the way he was standing there and the angle that I was shooting. So, there's the pictures. There's a lot of those pictures out there. That shot right there, beautiful. That's it on the legs, Larry. I love it. That one shot he did there, he had a shot of that on cover of Muscle Builder. Gosh, he looked good. Joe insisted, so he got to put the crown on. There it was. All right. And he left, and that ended 1965. If you train right and eat right,